Hello everybody, welcome back to Tsui no Sora Remake. So we're going to be doing more of Zakuro's chapter today. And if you didn't know from the last episode, totally brutal read. This is actually one of the most brutal and merciless reads I've done so far. I mean, this chapter is rough. It really is. Not only is it just showing one of the most cruel situations that really highlights just in general the worst of humanity, but also it's just horrible how Zakuro's life has changed, and it's going to be really interesting to see how these next 2 days totally affect everything that is going to happen with her, because obviously she's going to see Usami and Ayumi, and we're probably going to see who the equivalents of those two are in Tsui no Sora, which I'm really quite excited for. But also, I suppose we're also going to see just how Zakuro spirals into being delirious. So yeah, it's a brutal read, and we've got even more brutality coming. And what I find really cool about this chapter is, though, that Zakuro here is so different to the one in Tsubahibi. And it's interesting that in Tsubahibi, there is a little bit of hope for Zakuro. She has potential to be happy, but the only thing is, obviously, by being happy, she gets sad, because obviously she gets drunk on her feelings of Takuji in the true ending, and obviously all of the things that happen with Megu and Tsubasa and Satoko. This Zakuro, though, she has no hope, no happiness, no potential for anything to go right in her life, it feels like. But the thing is, I mean, everything here is just so much more cruel. It really is. So firstly, we're just going to do a little bit of rereading, because I kind of skimmed over this section last time. I was a bit tired. But yeah, this was really unusual. I mean, Zakuro was just in class and she was daydreaming. But the only thing is, I mean, it was really unusual because it felt like she was genuinely there. So, okay, yeah, I've just been looking back into everything that was going on last time, and it was really weird because it says after class she did all of this. So she perceives everything here as something that happened after class. But the only thing that's really weird is this history lesson is still going on while, obviously, Tsubasa Ozawa dies because of doing drugs on the rooftop. That's so weird that it's as if these moments here, she's just totally zoning out in class because she's bored. But yeah, and it's interesting that she used to have an interest in it, but now she's just totally bored and she doesn't care about it whatsoever. And I think that just shows, well, it just shows another reason why her life has really changed her. But yeah, so what I think kind of happened is, I don't know, it was as if she completely experienced this, even though it never happened. And I suppose when she has snapped back to reality, she realises everything has gone on. And it's so weird, those little images that she's seeing. I mean, I really do wonder if they're just, I don't know, maybe there's something really scary that she's read in a book, and that's like maybe a traumatic flashback to, I mean, maybe she has traumatic flashbacks to something that she has imagined, and then something that has never been able to be left from her head. I don't know, it's really unusual, this, if I'm going to be honest, but that's my guess. Maybe it will change, I don't know. I hope we get an explanation, because it is quite odd. Yeah, this is horrible, yeah. You never went wrong, you only did what you had to do. I mean, this is the most brutal thing. Her life has been changed for the worst, but could she really have done anything to prevent it? Like, seriously, what would have been the best thing to do? Because these are people where Yakuza, they will go for your family and they will make your life hell. Well, family, i.e. brother. They will do anything if you don't obey. What really could she have done? She's just doing anything she can, really. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too, yeah. But it's really dodgy. I mean, she has no online blog. I don't understand. I don't get to understand. I really just said that. I don't understand how these people got her address. And then I think that's super dodgy, the fact that they know her address. Yeah. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's scary, yeah. And it's interesting that because of her life being so awful, she really gets fixated on destruction and it ending. True. Yeah, that was properly odd. Yeah, and it's just as if she was perceiving something that wasn't even happening. And it was so weird that her flow of time, it's as if it was completely stunted. But then again, I mean, it's interesting that the ideas about the uniformity principle that were mentioned in the beginning of the visual novel, and we just see something here that, I mean, if it was something that genuinely happened and there was no delusion behind it, I mean, that would totally prove Ayana's reasoning with regards to the uniformity principle. But that's really weird. Or maybe it could be the case that they are not in the same lesson and maybe she's just totally lost a bit of her memory. That's so weird. I mean, she was probably asleep and then she'd just forgotten about everything that had happened. And let's be honest, what she does, it wouldn't be surprising if she had some sort of trauma-related thing. Maybe it could be trauma-related, whatever's happening here. I don't know. I think that would be a way more likely conclusion than everything being hallucinated. Zakuro doesn't really feel like the type of person to be having hallucinations that are arguably on the same level as Takuji's. Like, so far, that is. Yeah. She's so sane. She really is. That's the horrible thing. Yeah, that's definitely not Zakudo's reaction. Yeah, and it's just really interesting, the hallucinations. I mean, I just find it so unusual that she's actually seen said hallucinations, and obviously when Usami and Naomi give their delusional speeches to Zakuro, of course she's going to believe them. Yeah. Yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, what an interesting thought. Yeah, I see that. I totally see that. Just look at why things like the mass media get so many views. I mean, it's kind of different. It's kind of difficult because I feel like some people, they do genuinely feel like they're entertained by just. Well, I don't know. It's a very difficult point, really, because some people are entertained by knowledge and the thoughts of being able to know what's happening around the world, and obviously they empathise with it. And I suppose I do wonder if others are just genuinely entertained about hearing horrible things that are going on in the world. And some people are just addicted. I don't really look at media at all, to be honest. I don't like the news at all, so I don't really know much about this. But I do wonder, there's got to be some people who are entertained by stuff like that. Yeah, but I see that, yeah. Yeah, that's the cool thing. Yeah, and isn't it interesting just her reaction and how it seems so improper, but we understand the context. Yeah, but my god, it's just so weird that you can't even see the person's face, and yet you can predict who it is. Isn't that hilarious? But I just find it so interesting, the hallucinations that she's seeing. And I suppose they are any random pieces, they are random things that she's seen, but then the delusions are going to be explained by Usami and Ayumi, and then she's going to be able to have an explanation for them, even if it's not the most objectively accurate one. Yeah, it must be so satisfying to see his face in fear. He's such a horrible man. He deserves it. I think that's so funny. I like that, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that, yeah. Yeah, but it's just really, really weird, this. I think it's just because I think she just blanked out in class and then forgot what happened, but God, it's so unusual. It really, really is. Oh yeah, I've got to do something. There we are. Monitor contrast decreased. Oh yeah, totally. I'm honestly impressed that not everybody has. I bet you the entire school's going to be down there. And it's interesting that a lot more people know about the suicide here than beforehand. As I remember in Looking Glass Insects, when Zakuro saw the suicide, it was just in the corridor rather than the class. Interesting. What's she going to do? She's just emote on his corpse. Well, not really emote on his corpse, but just taunt his corpse. That was just a joke. She shouldn't do that because it's very immoral. I don't even know why I said that, if I'm going to be honest. But if she did that, I wouldn't feel bad for Ozawa. No way. Yeah, but no, it kind of did. And that's the fucking weird thing. It was a total coincidence. Yeah. Disagreed. But the only thing is, I mean, this person has been living for, I don't know, 18 years, and yet at the same time, there is one day in which he has drugged himself and then he's fell off the rooftop. I mean, how do you even predict something like this? It's ridiculous. Unless there is direct intervention. But I'm sorry, you really believe that somebody like, well, people that are as vulnerable and defenseless as Usami and Ayumi would go to the trouble of doing something like that? And I'm sorry, but Ayumi could not hurt a fly. No way. Usami... No, she couldn't hurt a fly either. That's kind of my impressions from Tsubahibi, but And obviously the same thing here happened in Tsubahibi as well. But then again, maybe indirectly interfered. Because this is immediately no... Yeah, there's another letter that we are not seeing. Just to the left. Oh god. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah. And yeah, you can just instinctively feel how bad of an idea this is, and yet you still continue it. Yeah. That's reasonable, yeah, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Is she going... That's so fucking weird, what? Dude, she really feels like Mamiya Takuji at this point, just with time being so fragmented and not really feeling as if it's flowing uniformly. Oh, wait, hang on a second. So she's doing all of this while thinking. Time is flowing uniformly. It's just she's going somewhere, but rather than actually thinking about where she's going, she's just guided by instinct. So her thoughts are taking up everything so much that she's not even thinking about where she's going, and it's just something that's happened. God, that's fucking weird. Oh my god, this is gonna be fun. You should... I mean, okay, I get that you're probably going to try and stop her, but don't creep her out. The timing was bad. That's unusual. Yeah, no, I see that. I apologize. That's weird. That is really weird, because obviously we saw the image of well, everything else going. Everything, that supernatural picture. But Ayana's saying that it could potentially be her intervention that caused that. But that would mean that there is a genuine indication of it existing. If human beings have to be maintained so that they don't see things that they shouldn't see. So weird, because obviously there was something other than the headache present. This is unusual. Very, very unusual. Yeah. You just make yourself sound so normal. Typical. Yeah, totally. Yeah. You just feel like she's embedded in your subconscious, if anything. And you've seen her before, because I suppose the world loops around and... Well, no. The world doesn't loop around. It's just we're seeing the same world from multiple different perspectives.
いえ、違う。それ以外
Yeah,
は
yeah, yeah,
私に
yeah.
何かあったのが干渉だとかなんとか言ってた。
困った。確かにそうは言ったけど、体はない。
I find it very interesting that this Ayana, she really feels a bit more normal here, and she feels like she knows how to. I mean, that I remember Ayana in Looking Glass Insect, she was trying her hardest, and she really was trying to feel like she was someone who could empathize with Zakuro and who could change what she was about to do. But if anything, it was the opposite because she was Zakuro's enemy. But yeah, this is interesting because she's a lot more normal here and she's fitting in a lot more.
あなたもしかして。
Oh fuck. Yeah.
私の前世の敵なの。
Yep, and there. I just find it really interesting how she's so sane and yet at the same time she's believing this more and more. It's just because she's totally vulnerable. She really, really is.
違う。
その答えがおかしいわ。普通だったら今みたいなことを
She does have a good
言われ
point,
たら
yeah.
驚くはずだわ。なのにいきなり否定できるなんて、あなたはおかしい。
Yeah, because she's properly stressed.
違うから違うと言ったまで。
Yeah, and she's totally confident, and it's as if she already knows something like this is coming, but it's really good that she is so confident because there is no uncertainty. She fully knows that she isn't. This is her saying no, not because she's surprised, but because she fully knows. She knows what the implications are if she doesn't.
前世の敵が何であるか聞かないの。
It's because she thinks there's no point. It's not important. Because it's not something that exists. Or at least, that's the worst thing. Maybe it could have existed, but you just can never prove it exists. And obviously, if you think something like that exists in a society like this, you will be cast away as insane. Or deluded or whatever.
興味がないから。
She's very honest.
そうやってどいつもこいつも私を捨てていった。私が全てを持っている時は取り巻いてたくせに。私をそうやって見捨てていったんだ。お前たちが。だから私の存在は空虚になった。
そうなの。大変なのね。
何その言い方。だったら私は終わらすんだ。この世界にとって意味のない私の生を終わらせる。
Damn.
私はこの世界からこぼれ落ちたんだ。底辺という取り返しのつかない。
No, I see what she's saying, yeah.
生きる意味すら与えられない。本当に底辺な生き方だ。
Oh, fucking hell, that's awful. It's interesting with these people. It reminds me of Zakuro and Looking Glass Insects. I mean, you can't have any meaning in your life after the horrible things have happened to you, so you find meaning in your life by searching for death. And that finally gives you a purpose. But obviously that purpose results in death.
ならば私の生に意味があれば生きていける。だから
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah.
そのために死ぬことになっても。
Yeah.
終わらない世界に意味を与えて世界を終わらすの。
No, she has a really, really good point. Yeah, how can you do that? It's a total contradiction.
小説にエンディングがあることにより登場人物に意味があるように。
I like that. Yeah, just likening it to a novel, just indicating how out of touch of reality it is. Yeah. But God, isn't it interesting to think about the fact that Zakuro, I mean, she is sane. But the thing is, this coincidence happens. She believes it as a result. Well, no. She doesn't know whether she should believe it, and it could be a coincidence, but her subconscious just forces her to believe it because she feels it's the most right thing for her, if you ask me. And it's not something that... I mean, she feels it's the most right thing for her because obviously her life is fucking awful. And that's kind of why. It's just a really good coping mechanism. Yeah. That's actually really interesting. I mean, I suppose it's just Ayana is kind of like a... That's why Zakuro trusts Ayana so little, because she's like a reflection of everybody else in the class. They have no real connection to her. They abandon her when she's not someone with a good reputation, instead of actually trying to understand her and behaving like a human being. Yeah, that's interesting, yeah. She was... I mean, she had highly earning parents as well. Well, I mean, I suppose they weren't legally earning high amounts, but they were still having a lot of money. So I'd assume some people were friends for the money as well. It's just typical society, really. It's sad, but it is. Yeah, but no, I see that, yeah. And this is horrible. Yeah.
世界にエンディングを作って自分に意味を付け加えるの？
うるさい、うるさい。あなたなんかに何がわかる？
Ah, yeah. Funny that we're hearing this theme. Typical.
私は死ぬんじゃない。世界を救うんだ。
Jesus Christ. Yep, just a refusal of listening to Ayana. It's just interesting that her stress really, really accumulates. And then, oh, it's like Jesus Christ has gone. Well, not really that, but what I'm trying to say is, I was trying to have some sort of analogy for saying, it's like your way out, your salvation, your ticket to freedom has come.
私、死ぬなんて一言も言ってないし、考えてもいない。
Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, she implied it, but she never really said anything about it.
なのに、あなたは、何なのよ、一体。
The worst thing about this is she can't actually answer this question without making her really, really freaked out.
だから大 音無し綾菜であると。
You see what I mean?
やっぱりあなたは私たちの敵なのね。世界を滅ぼそうとする悪魔どもなのね。
It's ridiculous. She's trying to save your life, man.
だから私を惑わそうとしているんだ。
To be honest, I mean, it's horrible to ask, but I can see why Zakuro would do this, because what's more cruel? Suiciding or living? Suiciding in happiness or living in just, well, some of the most awful conditions a human being can live in.
私はあなたなんかに騙されない。
否定はしない。
What?
世界を滅ぼそうともしていないし、悪魔と言われる
Oh,
も
I
ので
see.
もない。
Interesting.
ただ、あなたを狂わせた原因に関連するかもしれない。
So what she was saying is the fact that her headaches have... It's as if human beings have to constantly be maintained, and when they are not maintained, images that should not ever be seen by the human subconscious are seen. That's so unusual. But I think these images just come from dreams. But why does she have that control, and why does she have that link to the cause of Zakuro's madness?
原因とは、人が結果と結びつけるために編み出した英知。
Oh, that's interesting. I like that quote. Yeah, well, quote, but just line in general. Yeah, I suppose results always imply a cause. But what if there is no cause? Well, no, there has to be a cause for everything, surely. No, but then again, I mean, you could have a result and then you could invent a completely false cause from it.
それを私は否定はしない。
やっぱりお前は敵だったのか。
She's made a genuine mistake, and that's the worst thing. So, I don't know what Ayana's done, and it's kind of unusual to think about the fact that she has total control over humanity, but... yeah, she's made a mistake that has made it so that Zakuro has seen this image, I'd assume, and then that's resulted in her, well, Zakuro falling into these delusions more. Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting, the more stressed she becomes, the more realistic these delusions become. Yeah, sure thing. Yeah. Yeah. This is the most brutal thing. Yep. I mean, let's be honest, she already has no hope, but oh my god, when this happens. Yeah, I mean, there's already no turning back, but she's just going deeper and deeper. There will never. I mean, there's no turning back now. Never mind. Then. Uniformity principle. Everything will just continue as it is. Yeah, and isn't that interesting? How the meaning of something can so change. We can read it now. Why are there two letters? I don't understand why. Maybe it's just because maybe it's like ultra low attention span. If you don't have the attention span to read that, you can just read this small little message here and you can get all the information. I don't know. That's a bit ridiculous. I absolutely must meet with you. (11 a.m. on the 11th. Oh, interesting. I'm certain you will be there. God fucking damn. Because this is fate after all. Is that all? Yeah, so I'm sure... No, wait, no, never mind. So I'm sure you'll immediately know which monument is... Oh, I'm talking about... Oh, interesting. That's unusual.
11日の AM11 時に
Oh my fuck.
とある駅前のモニュメントで待ってます。あなたは必
I think it's a bit more fun to read it from the
ず
letter.
来ることができます。だってこれは決められた運命なんですから。どの駅のモニュメントかすぐにわかるでしょう。わかる。多分
I wonder what significance this has, that is, if it has any significance.
彫刻のことだ。
Right, hang on a second. Okay, I'm back now. Yeah, but this is really, really unusual, everything that Ayana does here. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I think it's very interesting that Ayana here, I mean, no matter what implication it could have whatsoever, she prioritizes honesty over anything. And I mean, I'm sorry, but in situations like these where honesty is the difference between Zakuro believing in the prophecy and not believing in the prophecy, is it really something that is right? This honesty is the reason why she is convinced that she should kill herself and give meaning to her life that has such a lack of meaning. Fucking hell. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, this is a really good quote. I like it. Yeah. Just gotta test something. Oh, never mind. That is unusual, yeah. But then again though, I mean, maybe it's the case that around where she lives, this is the only monument that is of significance, and maybe it could be the case that here, that is just what instinctively comes into her mind, but then she is assigning this to some sort of predetermined knowledge that she has been assigned. And that, in turn, increases the likelihood of somebody like her believing in said delusions. It's horrible. It really is, but it's... I can't deny it's very interesting.
しても
Yeah. Yeah, another proof of what I was just saying. Yeah. Result invents causes. Sure thing. Well, you can never know. You really can't. And that's the thing. You can never know whether this is the truth. How much this is truth fully hinges on how willing you are to believe it. Yeah, and that's the worst thing. Because this is something that is genuinely associated with the supernatural. And I don't even know how I'd explain that. Ayana said that the reason for her madness is partly because of her and a mistake that she has done, causing the... Or just in general, causing a miscalculation and an unintended effect of the headache. Yeah. How can we explain what that is? But then again, even though this is something of unknown origin, it might have the same theme that we're seeing here, i.e. Zakuro just assigning meaning to things that may not be... Well, of course she's doing it here because she doesn't know what the nature of that image is, and she's just assigning meaning to things that might help her delusions. Everything lines up, goddamn. Yeah. Funny that you have to verify it. Here we go! This is where everything turns to shambles. You've got to wait a long time. You've got to wait until nighttime. I seem to remember Zakuro beforehand waiting for an absolute long time. How long did she wait? Just out of genuine interest? I just want to check real quick. Right, where are we? Around... Okay, here we are. So we have Ayana. Then we have Usami here. Yeah, no. I mean, she had been waiting for a long time. Yeah, and she genuinely believes that she was fooled. Yeah, and it's ironic that she totally thinks about everything being a coincidence. And then obviously Ayana being there and trying to prevent her from doing everything that then just strengthens her lost faith, if you like.
く来すぎたというのは
Yeah, totally. But then again, I mean, I don't seem to remember. I don't remember them saying an exact time beforehand. So, yeah. Maybe they will be there at exactly 11. Oh, I mean, then again, it could be 11:00 to 11:59. Who knows? Oh, I see. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, that's interesting. Oh my god, that was not what I was expecting. Oh shit, this is going to be interesting because Yasuko is very different compared to when she is out of club. Ooh. No. No. She is not an ally. Oh, this is going to be really interesting to see how this goes.
そうだけどあなたは北高の生徒です。なぜこんな場所に立っているのですか？放課後などでもよく先輩を見かけます。
Oh, that's... Yeah, I can see why. It's a bit intrusive, I see what she means, and she's in a hypersensitive state at the moment, so anything would be interpreted for something worse than it actually is. Oh god. Yeah. Hmm.
何のことですか？いきなりで驚くのはわかります。けど、昨日みたいなトラブルがあるとあんまり言う。
Why is it any of your business?
昨日のトラブルって？すみません。無礼を承知で聞いてしまいますが。
Why does she know that? That's dodgy. This is the last thing I would expect somebody like Yasuko to see. Oh god. No, I don't blame her. I don't blame her whatsoever. This must be terrifying. Yeah, she's trying hard to cover it up. Yeah. This is the worst thing. I mean, I don't actually know if I can deny something like this or not. Yeah, but then again, why is it the case that Yasuko being... Zakuro trusting and talking to Yasuko, why is that necessarily going to mean something like this is going to stop? Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah. It's properly ugly. It's totally reasonable, though. Yeah, totally.
きなりお前は何者だよ状態ですよね。
So is she just genuinely doing it because she's concerned or what?
接触しておきたいと思いました。
But I don't get why she has so much knowledge about all of this.
うまくいけば先輩の状況を好転させられると思います。
That's odd as fuck. What? How?
自分の素性も名乗れない人間が変な言いがかりやめてくれないかしら。
わかります。怪しいのもわかります。ただ今の状況からならモデルの仕事とかの方が儲かるし安全だと思います。
I mean, then again, it's fair, but at the same time, is it the case that somebody like Zakuro really has a choice? I mean, how can she ever have a choice when she is being controlled so badly by the Zakuro family?
モデル？
いきなり雑誌のグラビアは無理としてもイメージビデオに出たりぐらいな感じな。
イメージビデオ？
Oh, yeah, that's the what. Yeah, I can see why she'd think that.
アダルトビデオに出た方が儲かると言いたいのですか？どうせそのうち遠行ビデオを撮られて晒し者になるぐらいだったら。違い
ます。アダルトビデオじゃないです。私のつてで芸能事務所を紹介できるんで、今の状況と照らし合わせて考えてもらえないかと。
That's actually really interesting that she's being kind enough to, just out of consideration for her, she doesn't even know Zakuro, she has nothing to do with her, and yet she is offering her connections in order for Zakuro to be able to turn her life around and to be able to have a chance to live a life where she is not totally ruled by the Yakuza family. But what I just said is really, really significant. The Yakuza family. I mean, she is ruled by this family. If she goes, what will happen to, don't know, for example, her brother? This is the worst thing. She's just totally imprisoned. I mean, and I think, if anything, it's stuff like this is even more cruel as a result of it, because Yasuko doesn't realise just how imprisoned she is. Yet she's saying all of these promises, and I think she's being really nice, and this definitely sounds like the Yasuko that I know from everything that we've seen with her and Kotomi. Obviously before she became fucking insane. But, yeah.
その芸能事務所というのがいかがわしいビデオを撮る会社なのでしょう？
そりゃ少し小さめの水着とか着るかもですけど、ごく普通のモデル事務所です。18禁みたいなビデオに出されるわけじゃないですよ。
Yeah, it's all very ugly.
そんな話を信用しろと？そもそも
Agreed,
なぜ
totally
面識もない
agreed.
あなたが今いきなりそんな話をしてくるのですか？この路上で。
And this is the really, really weird thing, because everything regarding Yasuko here, they just happen to be at the same place at the same time. I mean, I suppose this was something that Yasuko was intending to tell Zakuro, but I just think it's so unusual that they are here and it happens here, rather than at school. It's just so inappropriate to be discussed here, but at the same time, Yasuko really doesn't care because she feels like something like this is a genuine emergency and she's going to try and make a difference. Yeah, but I think even if Zakuro agreed with Yasuko and trusted her, which she will never, let's be honest here, I think it's very unlikely that anything's going to happen. Yeah.
そもそもヤクザの名前出しておきながらこんな話出すとか普通じゃないのもわかります。だから少しだけ頭の片隅で考えてくれると嬉しいなぁと。冷静になって考えればどっちが得かわかるはずですから。
Yeah. Oh God, really? Totally reasonable. I can 100% see why Zakuro would not trust this. Okay, I think her mistrust is fully reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Reasonable. Isn't it funny to think about the fact that she's totally forgetting about everything that's happening regarding her delusions because she's being shown reality in the horrible world she lives in? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I totally see that. Oh yeah, it's awful. Yeah. 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 Yeah, because she's totally breaking now, yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. So, what I firstly find very interesting about everything that's going on here is firstly the fact that Yasuko... yeah, I mean, let's just say the obvious. Yasuko knows about her work, and when we tie this to everything that we saw in Kotomi's chapter, I found it very unusual that there was nothing... I mean, let's be honest, Yasuko May, let's assume that she's being really nice here. She's tried to offer up her health to Kotomi. She's done as much as she can. But then, Zakuro... Kotomi? Sorry, I meant Zakuro. But then Zakuro doesn't accept said help. So you would have thought that there would be a lot more guilt when she talks about Zakuro's suicide. But there's barely anything on it. I mean, then again, it's interesting that that's a side she really hasn't told anything about to Kotomi But I just find it so unusual. You would have thought that if she was being genuine here, there would be a lot more guilt. We know from Yasuko that she is very different outside of the club. And potentially outside of school. And she probably has some very dodgy roots if it's the case that she knows about Zakuro's work, but also knows about everything that's going on. And I find it interesting that it can either be interpreted with two ways. We don't necessarily know what to trust because we don't have enough information, if you ask me. We don't have enough information. We don't know Yasuko well enough. So I genuinely think we don't have enough information. There are things that are dodgy about this. I mean, Yasuko is being really nice here. She is being properly kind, and she's trying to talk to Zakuro in a way that will make her really feel like she'll want to do this. But then again, I mean, with the Yakuza as well, that could apply to her. They could say you'll just do one thing and then it will just spiral downhill. And, I mean, I get that she's being kind, but how can we really trust her? Like, I genuinely don't know if I can trust her myself. And Yasuko doesn't even know Zakuro. I mean, maybe it's a dying industry and they need somebody who would be good, so they pick Zakuro. And why is it the case that, well, then again, it's because her reputation, it might get out that she is part of the family. But it's very interesting that they want to take on Zakuro and want to make it so that she has a change of her future. Even though there could be a possibility of her true identity being known, could that possibly be because of the fact that her new, well, Yasuko's industry would do something in order to prevent said identity? I find it very interesting here, all of the lack of genuine nature for these delusions. That's what I've really, really liked when reading this, because you just see, with emotions, you see, before this, all of them just totally getting fed more and more and more. And then you just see a taste of reality. All delusions are gone, because she forgets about them, because they're not real. The only reasons these delusions are actually being able to persist is because they're constantly being given, I don't know, like more food, more fuel by situations that are around her. I mean, let's be honest, her external environment influences her entire thoughts. And it's interesting here, she's thinking about, oh, what will I do? She's a threat, XYZ. Even though she's literally going to suicide soon. And she's going to put an end to her meaningless life in order for it to gain meaning. It's a bit contradictory, isn't it? It's properly cool. She's trying to be as kind as possible. I just can't trust her because she knows that she is in the Yakuza family. I just find that very odd. I mean, surely you'd have to have a connection with somebody who's in the Yakuza, or have a in order to get information like that. Why is it any of your business as well? She can totally see through her. Yeah. Such an ugly. It's just one of the most ugly industries in all of humanity. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that it's a proper trap. A regular modelling agency that also has associations with the Yakuza, potentially. I don't fully know that, but still, bit odd. Yeah. Dodging the question. Like, genuinely. Yeah. It's disgusting, it really is. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It's so ugly, it really is, yeah. Because you can't trust anything. Yeah, didn't even give her name. Isn't that interesting? But then again, I mean, it kind of makes sense because if Zakuro takes this dialogue incorrectly and well, maybe she could send people out for her. Because, I mean, she does have connections with the Yakuza. Maybe the Yakuza would. Maybe she could be interrogated as well if she doesn't willfully tell anybody. Well, no, I think that's the most realistic if she gets interrogated. Yasuko doesn't have anybody who will leak her name. Yeah, it makes sense. But why does she have to worry about things like those? That's my question. Yeah, no, I totally see this, yeah. Oh my god, so we're going to see Usami's sprite now.
誰
Oh, damn. That was really not what I was expecting. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay then. I think you could give anything apart from this, and I would have expected it more. She looks so... I mean, it's obvious, but she looks so different to how she was in Tsubaki B. Wow. Is her name going to be the same?
高島さくらさんでしょ
Usami, right, okay. So, same name.
そうですけど、あなたは
Yeah, exactly. Different uniform like in Tsubaki B.
私、菊川宇佐美と言います。
Chikukawa rather than Tsukikawa. Okay. Chikukawa Usami. What an unusual surname.
菊川宇佐美さん。
それよりも、やっぱり場所、わかったんですね。
Yeah, that's interesting. Also, by the way, can I just mention, is this Kimika's voice actor?
ということはもし
Yeah,
かして、
yeah.
あなたが手紙をくれた。
はい、緑川学園の菊川です。
Midorikawa. What's it like, Green Lake? Or Green River? Yeah, exactly, and that's... Oh, because she is nothing more than an ordinary girl. Isn't that ironic?
普通の人でがっかりしました。あ、むしろネクラな感じで残念で
That's
す。
properly dodgy. The fact that she quite literally predicts what Zakuro is thinking. But then again, I find it very interesting that when she's really quite... I mean, I get that she's being manipulated badly, but she's not necessarily deluded. But it's just interesting how easy it is for people like this to read her.
「もしかして今私の心を読んだのですか？
違いますよ。前世の記憶が戻っただけで力はちゃんとは戻っていませんからね。
だとしたら
今のはあなたの顔に書いてありましたから。
Yeah, totally, yeah. She's very good at reading people, which is quite interesting. No, I see what she means. Yeah.
ここに来てくれたということは、あなたも前世の記憶を取り戻したということでしょ？
She hasn't though, no. No, she never can. The only reason she would quote-unquote recover her memory is because, well, she would be told what to think by these people.
いいえ、まだ。ただ手紙を見て気になって。
まだ記憶が戻っていないのですか？
いえ、記憶らしきものが少しだけ。
That's really interesting, yeah. She seems disappointed.
はい、空から大きなまがまがしいものが降ってきて。それは春めきだ。
Oh, we've got Ayumi here, and interestingly enough, she has the same personality traits as in Tsubaki B. Oh my god. She looks very odd. She looks really familiar, if anything. I don't know why. I mean, she looks like Ayana, obviously. I don't know. Yeah, she looks really unusual.
あゆみちゃん。
Yeah.
紹介しますわ。この方は水尾あゆみちゃん。
Yeah, and she still has no social skill. Yeah.
はじめまして。
あゆみちゃん、この方が私たちの仲間の高島ざくろさん。
こんにちは。
Yeah.
あゆみちゃんは口下手だから。
そうなんですか。まあ私も同じようなものですよ。
そうですか。高島さんはかなりちゃんとハキハキお話できるように感じますが。
Yeah, and isn't it funny that Usami and Ayumi, they are total contrasts? There really has always been that theme.
そうですね。昔はそうだったからかもしれま
I
せん。
used to be that. God, that's brutal.
あ、それよりもさっき言ってた春めき戸って何ですか？
Yeah.
あゆみちゃん、ザクロさんはまだ完全には頭リバースをしていないみたいなの。
Yep.
どうしたらいいと思う？
She looks quite confrontational, or well, no, not confrontational. Sorry, I meant stressed here. Yeah, she has no idea whatsoever. That's not really like I would have expected somebody like Ayumi to react. They seem not really pissed off, but they seem worried.
そこがいいわね。 ザクロさん、場所を変えませんか？
はあ、別に大丈夫ですけど。
こんなところで話すのもなんですし。
Yep. That was not what I was expecting whatsoever. Interesting. Oh God. Yeah, that's interesting. What I find ironic about these people is they genuinely believe that I've always believed that Usami and Ayumi genuinely believe in everything that is going on, but at the same time, I mean, they still want to. It's as if even though they genuinely believe it and they want to tell Zakuro everything that's going on, they do traits. They have traits that are so similar to manipulators. But then again, I mean, they will all justify this with deluded logic from their idea of the fact that the past life is, well, they are doing everything. Well, no, I suppose it's just human reasoning contradicting with everything that is going on in their past life. So obviously they want to suppress human reasoning as much as possible. What's the best way to do that? Take her to a place she's traumatized by. Yeah, it's properly awful. She knows everything as well. It's so dodgy. Yeah. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, okay, it's this, but fucking hell. Well, I don't know if Yasuko was, but I can definitely tell that these people are.
そんなに怯えないでください。私たちはあなたに危害を加えようとは思っていません。
Yeah, that's what Yasuko said.
あなたに思い出してほしいだけなんです。そして私たちと協力してほしいのです。お手紙に書いた通り、あなたと私たちは前世で世界の危機を救うために戦った仲間だったんです。
Oh, yeah, that's odd. Funny that there are 3 crosses as well.
アウタースペースにあるネブラ星雲のエロヒムロという星の住人でした。
But the only thing is, I find it very interesting that, you know, when I was talking about the manipulation and how they justify the manipulation because of their delusions, I think I know why. It's because of the fact that the specialized physics bug is the thing that is completely... Wait, no, hang on a second. I'll tell you what, they will re-explain the concepts, I bet you anything, so... I kind of forgot to them. There's the Vanguard, the specialized physics bug, and I swear there's another one. Oh, I can't remember. I thought there was another one, but yeah. Anyway, I kind of forgot what the difference between. I kind of forgot what the what all of them were, to be honest. But yeah, I'm sure we'll find an answer. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, there were 3 crosses, yeah. 200 trillion years ago. God damn. I wonder if that was similar to the time frame that was said last time. Wait, they'll probably say it in the introduction. Oh, we're on the same episode. Let's see if there's anything here. Come on, stop looking at the fucking backlog. I know I can't really talk at the moment, but... Isn't it interesting that it kind of contradicts Tsubaki-B, if anything? Zakuro's in a relaxing place to be manipulated by these two in Tsubaki-B, but beforehand. But here it's complete uncertainty. Wait, hang on. Sorry, I just lost complete concentration. Let me just... Where does she say about Eru Himuro? Huh? Wait, hang on a second, what? Yeah. Come on. Where do they talk about Edu Himuro? Oh, here we go. Did they not mention a time frame? Oh, right, okay. Doesn't look like they do. Okay. Well, it doesn't even matter anyway, but I seem to have the figure 100 trillion in my head. I don't know if that's right or not. Edo Himuro rather than Edu Himuro. Hello Himuro. Edu Himuro is how I'll say it though. Edo Himuro. Oh yeah, did they say Edo Himuro?
私たちは200兆年前、もう一つの宇宙、アウタースペースにあるネブラ星雲のエロヒムロという星の住人でした。
She said Edo Himuro.
エロヒムロはとっても平和な星だったんですが、平和なあまりに人々は堕落していき、その心に悪しき心が宿り、大いなる災いを呼び寄せてしまったんです。
That's interesting. So is there no actual supernatural, i.e. supernatural cause for the disaster like the specialized physics bug?
「大いなる災いは世界を終わらせようと悪しきものを放ったのですが、平和に慣れてしまったエロヒムロの者たちは戦おうとはしなかったんです。
That's really interesting. Who actually is a denizen? Oh, right, so it's just a person, animal, or plant that lives or is found in a particular place. Okay then. So you could just say residence as a means of paraphrasing that. That's actually really interesting to think about the fact that corruption happens in a very peaceful planet, and like a virus it spreads, and then what happens is that corruption brings forth evil beings from further and I suppose more diverse roots, and then calamity occurs and the residents of Ed or Himid are threatened. Yeah. That's actually really interesting.
私たち3人はそれぞれが戦士としての能力を持ち、称号を与えられていました。私が演じるリムーバー、あゆみちゃんが演じるナイト、そしてザクロさん、あなたはエンジェルアドバイズ。
Yeah.
私がエンジェルアドバイズ。
Isn't that ironic, if anything, when you think about her final moments? I mean, she is the one that advises these people to suicide, because yes, guys, it's the specialized physics bug that is making them deviate from who they truly are. No. I mean, to be fair, we don't necessarily have enough information to disprove the supernatural, but maybe a thing called human instinct is a good thing to have in places like these.
はい、あなたの能力は素晴らしいものでした。その力で私は何度も助
The
けられ
fuck
た
was
の
that
です。
audio glitch? That was so weird.
私もです。
Oh my god. This is unusual. This is not what I was expecting whatsoever. Wow. Oh my god. This is weird. So it looks like we have the three people here. And we have... It looks like they're on some sort of... I don't know. It looks like a coastline, if anything. Outer universe coastline with sea. And... these people, they're... What is this? Looks like a, I don't know, some sort of tail, if anything. It looks like a big insect. That head. And that looks like Zakuro. Looks like Ayumi. Maybe that's Usami. Oh my god, that's so cool though. This looks really, really nice. I love the occult-like style. Wow. Yeah, it's kind of indecipherable, all of the text. It's not even in Japanese, I don't think. No, it's just in dots. I've got no idea. It's not really important anyway. I thought this person was speaking English for a second. It said like they said you, but then I didn't really hear anything after that. That was such a weird sound design. Evil being. Reasonable, yeah. Isn't it funny to think about the fact that delusions like these, they always show people with power, and they show with power, with authority, with the ability to make a difference, which is obviously what people like these need, who are low, who are the lowest in society, who have been crushed by people who are above them. Yeah, but the only thing is they're coming back. The brain reverse is gaining more and more significance. Yeah, interesting. Something that's so false. I mean, this never even happened. How can you ever prove that this is you? It's ridiculous.
Zakuroさん、思い出してくれたんですか？
少し、ほんの少しだけど、映像が見えた。二人が傷ついた私をすごく心配してくれて。
あれは岩の塔の戦い。
そう、岩の塔の戦いだったよね。
少しずつ封印が解け始めているのよ。
封印？
そう、私たちに世界の滅亡を食い止められた大いなる災いは、完成した時の私たちの力を恐れて私たちに封印をかけたの。
なぜその封印が解け始めているの？
Well, because of the fact that it's ironic, this seal is one that makes you remember your humanity and become someone who is... Well, I suppose the seal makes it so that you are human and you are not falling into delusions like these, but obviously the seal becomes undone because your life becomes horrible. Yeah, it never would have happened if it didn't. Well, it's starting to become undone because Zakuro's starting to remember her quote-unquote past.
それは再び春めきどか。
ハルメキド。
そう、最終戦争、メキドの丘の戦い。私たちは世界の滅亡を食い止めるために戦った。それは長い戦いで苦難の連続だったの。そしてついに終末の時、春めきどを迎えてしまったの。私たちは戦ったわ。何度も傷つき倒れながら。そしてその春めきどから世界を救ったの。
Interesting.
でも大いなる災いの力は強力で倒すまでには至らなかったの。大いなる災いはいつか必ず復活する。そう考えた私たちはさらなる力を得るために転生の道を選んだんだけど、復活するときに立ちふさがるであろうと考えた大いなる災いは、
Yeah.
私たちに封印の呪いをかけたの。
だから私の記憶が未だ完全に戻っていない。
Yeah, just totally so that you can forget everything. And these delusions are properly realistic. I just wonder who firstly created them and how they were initially made. Because whoever did initially make them, they are properly troubled. They really are.
もともとは私たちが自分でかけた前世記憶復元の魔術が
Yeah.
頭リバースなの。
頭リバース。
頭リバースは前世での記憶を完全に復元できる魔法なのだけど、奴らの封印の呪いに邪魔されて完全には前世の記憶を取り戻していない。前世の記憶は前世の力と結びついている。だからそれが思い出せないと私たちは戦うことができない。
Yeah, I can see that. It's actually really interesting, I suppose. It implies that having memories of your past life means you have power, because I suppose memories could also span how to fight. You might forget how to fight if you don't have said power.
でも再びハルメキドが起きるということは大いなる災いが来るということなの。
Yeah. Oh my god,
だ
yeah,
ったら
yeah,
どう
yeah.
にかしないと。
Yeah.
記憶はかなり戻ってきているのだけど、肝心の前世の力は蘇っていないの。
全く力がないってこと？
いいえ、私もあゆみちゃんもほんの少しの力は戻っているわ。だから高島さんを見つけられたの。
Yeah, sure thing. Sure thing. But isn't that funny? I suppose recovering a little bit of power can translate into we have become a little bit more deluded. We've not become so deluded that we want to suicide, but we've become a little bit deluded. And I suppose because of those delusions, we have been able to find someone else who is just as vulnerable as we are, really. Yeah, and I suppose... Yeah.
そっか。私を見つけてくれたんだ。
Yeah, totally, yeah. Is it instinct or
で
what?
もなんで私だと分かったの？
I just find it so funny. I mean, for everything to have happened with Zakuro and for all of the deeds that have occurred, like for example the prostitution, for Usami to know about, it's so dodgy to think about the fact that she is so immersed in her delusions that she probably has justified the research and just in general everything that would happen from learning about Zakuro. And you justify it with your delusions. I mean, you must be so immersed in them if you can do something like that. And it's just properly surprising how it's possible.
いつも夕方の街に立っていたから。
Ah, so that's why. And they just put two and two together. Oh god. It's properly vulnerable. It's interesting that these people, they really, really know. They know when to... Well, how Zakuro is provoked. Yeah.
繁華街ですれ違うたびに何か感じたの。あなたの表情は深い苦悩に満ちていたから。
Yeah, I totally see that.
多分あまりいい気分で立ってなかったんだと思う。けどね、だからこそ私は分かったの。
どういうこと？
ハルメキドは封印以外の手も打ってきたの。
And I find it really interesting that I suppose you could justify everything that's gone on in Looking Glass Insects with this logic as well. The reason why Zakuro is known to have been, well, defiled in the Love Hotel. Love Hotel, fuck off. But yeah, that's probably just because Usami has taken a following to her because she believes that she is the true person, the true reincarnation. So I would not be surprised if this would also give another explanation as to why Usami knew Usami knew Zakuro was vulnerable. But then again, I mean, how can she know? Because the thing is, it's a bit different there because obviously they talked online and that's how they met. They've never seen each other. Well, we don't know whether they've seen each other in public or not, but how necessarily does she know that... Oh, I've just answered my own question. I was thinking, how does she know who the Zakuro online is? But then you think about Megu and Satoko and you think about the videos that they've published. And then you think that, let's be honest, shitheads like that, they would never not show the name of somebody that they have. Well, then actually, I don't know, but I think it's very likely that you'd be able to get the name from something like that. So that's probably how. And then they probably realised that Tsubasa's lot had kidnapped her and everything that had happened after that. It's a bit hard to piece together, to be honest, but I think that's realistic.
頭リバースを封印しているとは言っても、もともとは互角以上で戦っていた私たちなのだから、そんな封印など何かきっかけさえあれば破られてしまう。頭リバースで記憶が蘇っても、私たちが世界を救うための力まで取り戻さないようにするために、大いなる災いは先兵を送ってたの。
先兵を送っていた。
先兵は人に取り付いて私たちに近づき、私たちに悪しき考えを植え付けようとしていたの。
悪しき考え。
ザクロさんは何度か考えなかった。世界が滅んでしまえばいいって。
Yeah, and we've seen those today, if anything, at the beginning of the episode. Response to Nostradamus' prophecies. Funnily enough, those prophecies could probably be likened to everything that's going on here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it totally resonates with her. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
あります。
It's interesting that the Vanguard makes it so that with the seal, they would normally have equal powers, but at the same time, because of the fact that the Vanguard plants evil thoughts within their head, it gets worse and worse. And I suppose that's where the specialized physics bug comes in, because they work in accordance. Specialized physics bug is the thing that makes it so that the Vanguard can operate in its prime, really. Like if, well, I don't know, I just like learning how this actually works. What their logic of explaining reality is. Yeah.
それはザクロさんだけのことじゃないの。
Yeah.
私もあゆみちゃんも記憶が戻るまではそう考えていたの。
Oh God.
ザクロさん、心当たりはない？
Oh God.
心当たり。
そう、世界を滅ぼしたいと思うほど呪う原因を作った人たち。
Or could it be all of the above?
思い当たる節が多すぎるってかね。
Yeah, exactly, yeah. She's just shocked about the sheer realism something like this can be interpreted with. Yeah. Yeah, too many people. Too many people that have been infected with...
それらが大いなる災いを送り込んだ先兵よ。
Oh, that's actually really interesting. So they're not saying that people are possessed with things. Rather, they are saying that the people are the vanguards. God. Properly brutal. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, though. Yeah. Yeah. They are things that are made in order to decrease the power of Zakuro, so that she doesn't have a power level similar to these two, and... Well, no, all of them have decreased power levels. And by realising this, they could maybe conquer it when their brain reverse is done. Yeah. I see that. She deserves an ordinary life, man. It's horrible that she doesn't have it. It really, really is. I totally agree, yeah. So many vanguards. Oh.
今さっき何かあったの？
同じ学校の生徒が近づいてきて、私を今の運命から救う的なことを言ってきた。
I wonder what they're going to say, obviously.
私は知っている。あの手口は私をもっとひどい運命に突き落とすためのものだ。
And they are going to totally advise Zakuro to steer clear. You can never tell. Yeah. And when I say you, sorry, I should say I can never tell as well. I don't even know if what Zakuro's saying is true here or not. I just think it's so funny with Kotomi and Yasuko, there was not one mention of the fact that Yasuko knew exactly what was going on with Kotomi. Sorry, I meant Zakuro. That's seriously dodgy if you ask me. And I don't trust Yasuko because of things like those. You can never tell. Yeah, I don't blame her. I really, really don't. And my god, it's interesting that she's just so stressed here that, I mean, look at how much of a tabooed and outlawed topic she's talking about, and she's just casually saying it. And she really, that just totally shows that she's really beginning to trust these people. Yeah. You're only contemplating the worst. Oh, I can see that, yeah.
Zakuro-chanの気持ちわかる。
Oh god. Yeah. Now we're probably going to see how this varies to Subahibi.
私の何がわかるの？そんな経験ないでしょ。
私とあゆみちゃんも大いなる災いの手先に。
They never said that.
あゆみちゃんに対する性的暴行はかなりのものだったわ。それこそみんなの前でセックスさせられるなんて私たちは当たり前だった。
So this is definitely different. Fuck. Yeah, so implying a lot of trauma. Jesus Christ.
そんなことをさせられていたの？
ザクロちゃんが何をさせられていたかはわからないけど、多分私たちは同じようにひどい目に遭ってきたと思う。
Yeah, totally.
そう仕向けたのが大いなる災いなのだから。
Oh God.
これは。
Oh Jesus.
ほら、オナにしなさいよ。
Right, well. So what's interesting about this, Ayumi's memories pour into my mind. I can't tell if this is Zakuro imagining what Ayumi is going through or Ayumi genuinely telling us that she is going through said thing. So I don't even know if this is an actual memory, but I will never not believe that these people have not gone through what they have gone through. So rather than these people being prostitutes, they're just, well, forced to be a prostitute. They're just people who are real victims of bullying. Just some of the worst bullying that's... Well, it's not borderline illegal, it's fully illegal. This is insane. Very, very ugly. Oh God.
そんなこと。
I'll just turn the audio off to be safe. Jesus Christ, why? Yeah, so just totally forcing her to do you know what? Well, come, basically. Oh, Jesus Christ. And they're just having as much fun as possible in the process because they're disgusting. Oh, fucking hell. And now they're threatening to burn her in you-know-where. Yeah, these people are properly disgusting. Just like everything that happened in Tsubaki B, really. Jesus Christ, they're so... whoever wrote this, they are just so cruel for showing us. I mean, it's kind of... They won't... There's a lot of moments in this chapter, it feels like, where they are... Rather than being described to us, they're really... The impact of the scenes is really shown by a visual representation, an indication of what it was actually like to be there. Yeah, this is one of the times where that thought is definitely prominent. Oh, fucking hell. Of course they're taking... Oh my God, that's nuts. Dude, they're fucking taking a picture of it. These people are insane. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. It laughed like a proper demon. God. I do not want to hear the word dog in an Ayumi scene. Jesus. How about you just drop dead? These people are properly disgusting. They really deserve to go to prison. And when I say prison, I seriously mean prison. Oh God, what is it? Oh Jesus. Yeah, and they're just probably gonna fucking profit of this shit as well. This is unbelievable. Yep, I called it. With a what the fuck do you mean? And censoring somebody's eyes doesn't exactly do anything. Fucking hell. Oh my God, you're so fucking dumb. Not Ayumi, but the bullies. No, I'm sorry. I feel so bad for Ayumi. So I could never talk to her like that. I'm just referring to the bullies. They deserve to be talked to with anger, really. Because they are absolutely horrible people, and such sad people like Ayumi are affected by psychopaths like this. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. They're like total kids. Something doesn't go her way and she doesn't, well, finish the job. Ah, yes, let's just force her. What the fuck, man? How the fuck? How the fuck are they gonna force her to do it, though? Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that? This is disgusting. Oh, so it's a vibrator, right? Jesus Christ. Oh my fucking God, these bullies are saying that she just, female bully A just said the line, plenty apostrophe A, freaks are gonna go nuts for this. So you're calling people who, I mean, of course people who watch this are psychopaths, let's be honest here, but I don't think you can really call these people freaks when you are probably infinitely worse than they'll ever be. I mean, there's one thing watching something like this, but there's another thing actually recording it and literally traumatizing somebody in order to make something like this happen. But then again, it's another thing supporting that trauma, which is what people who watch stuff like this do. These bullies are horrible. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. God, she's in so much pain. Oh god. So this is not ending here. God. What? What the actual fuck? Oh my god, that was not what I was expecting, okay. Right. Oh my god, this is insane. This person has actually got actors from schools to do this. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah, girls bullying is on another level. I see what this guy's saying. How the fuck did she volunteer? What the fuck are you saying? Who the hell would volunteer to something like this? Yeah, she's not exactly at home, by the way. She's at fucking school as well. Oh my god. This is so wrong. Holy shit. These people know what they're doing as well. Oh my fucking god. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. Oh good, it's not that much longer. Oh my god, this is insane. This is just disturbing. Oh, these bullies are fucking horrible. I think, if I'm going to be honest, I think these voice actors did an even better job than Satoko's voice actor in making the most detestable and horrible sound a human being can make with their mouths when trying to talk. I mean, these people are properly detestable. They're more detestable than any character I've seen before, I think. Just in terms of how they talk. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is so wrong. Yeah, and these people are just seeing she is literally being tortured with pain, and are they stopping? No. Because they're fucking sick. Oh my fucking god. You're unbelievable. Oh my god, I know. Yep, and then you find that you can relate. Yeah, I mean, Ayumi's been totally forced to do exactly the same thing. And Ayumi, like Zakuro and Kimika, for example, has been subject to lots of bullying as well. I really do wonder, in Looking Glass Insect's bad ending, what happened with Kimika after, you know what, with, well, when Zakuro was taken and she was drugged, and then, well, you know what happened. Karaoke night. And, well, near the train station as well. Some of the most fucked up visual novel scenes I've ever seen. I think that karaoke scene was the worst. Is it over? It is. Good. I'm so sorry as well. It's so horrible. I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't even know what I'd do. God, it's horrible. It really is. I mean, it's the worst thing in a situation like this. You could get these people arrested, you could do anything to make them pay for what they've done, but will you ever be able to recover from the trauma? And then the answer is no. You can do nothing about it. And that's just why it's so cruel. God, I'm going to take a break. I think I need it. Yeah. That's just the way of blaming everything. Exactly. Look at that. Just such an interesting indication of how she's changed.
私たちが力まで取り戻すのを防ぐために力そのものを封印することにしたの。それが私たちの体に悪しき生を流すことだったの。
That's actually really interesting. So I suppose they have a lot of power and that's sealed away. And then the evil is planted in directly from the force in which they were trying to dispel in the Battle of Harmegiddo.
Tsui, それってもしかして
ザクロちゃんも出されたのでしょ。
Oh God. So that's what's being likened to evil.
正義。
そう、先兵たちは必ず私たちを犯すの。そして生を流し込んで私たちの力を封じ込めていたの。
Yeah, I kind of get that, yeah. Yeah, and it's just interesting. I suppose that's kind of an analogy. The more evil liquid is put into these people, the more hopeless, the more utterly hopeless they are. They're not just hopeless, they are utterly hopeless. But the more everything just gets worse. Yeah, and that's the reason their power has been sealed away as well, apparently.
そんな理由であんなことをさせられていたの。私は。
That's properly brutal.
でもこれも諸刃の剣だった。確かに生によって力を封印することはできたけど、逆に前世の敵の因子と接触することになるわけだから、私たちはそれで記憶を取り戻すことができたという部分が。
Yeah, because they were traumatized.
私も宇佐美ちゃんも犯された後に徐々に記憶が戻ってきた。もともとは知り合いじゃなかったんだけどね。なんか不良グループに一緒に犯されたことがあったの。
Jesus fucking Christ.
一緒になんで？さくらちゃんの学校は頭いい場所だからそんなことないんだけど、私たちの学校はあまり頭が良くない学校だったから、そういう生徒が多かったのよ。この辺りを縄張りにしているチームだったり暴走族だったり、そんな連中がつながっている感じ。
Oh my
だからいじ
god.
め対象として連れ回されていた感じかな。
偏差値が低い学校ってそんなにたくさん不良がいるの？
私は未度学の夜間だから不良かオタクしかいないぐらいだったね。あゆみちゃんは女子校だったけど、ここもあまりいい場所じゃなくて、近所にある工業学校の男子とつるむ連中が多かったみたい。
そうなんだ。
I found that really weird, by the way. Can I just mention that Usami goes to school at night? I really wonder why that is. Why can't she go in the daytime? Yeah, no, and that's the worst thing because she can so easily relate. Yeah. Yeah.
確かに悲しい記憶だけど、そのおかげでザクロちゃんに会えた。
God, you can just tell how damaged she is in her speech. I mean, it really doesn't surprise me that these people are horribly damaged, though. It doesn't.
そっか、そうだよね。
You've literally known them for not even a day, but okay.
さみちゃん、あゆみちゃん。ところで記憶が戻ったとして、私たちはまだ戦えないんだよね。さっき大いなる災いが復活して、
Oh god, here we go.
近づいているって言ったでしょ。うん、それを私たちは止めたいの。世界を救いたいの。世界を救いたい。そうなの。私は確かに悪しき心にとらわれて、何度も世界が滅んでしまえばいいと考えたわ。でもこの世界にも罪のない人間はいっぱいいるの。優しい人間はいっぱいいるのよ。今日も天気いいね。いいことがあるといいね。
God, that's awful. That really is. It makes sense. It all totally makes sense. God.
私は
Oh, yeah, that too,
優
yeah.
しい人たちを救いたいの。救いたい。
Ayumi probably has somebody she likes as well. Or just somebody she has some sort of happy memory with.
そうだよね。そうだよ。うん、それが私たちの使命だよね。そういう人たちを救うのが私たちの使命。それに悪しき者に取りつかれた人たちも元は人間。私たちが大いなる災いを倒せば元に戻るわ。
Interesting that she thinks about that.
小沢は死んだ。ザクロちゃんを苦しめたやつは自滅しただけよ。
Yeah, funny that she knows this about Ozawa. Yeah, that's dodgy.
確かに奴はザクロちゃんを汚すことで力の封印をしたんだ。
And that,
私たちの力は
that's
生半可じゃないよ。
really weird.
一時に大きな力が逆流して致滅してしまったのよ。
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
私を汚したやつも致滅したし。
That's unusual.
でも小沢は悪しき者に取りつかれただけで、もともとは優しい人間だったのでしょ。
Yeah, I suppose when he wanted to, when he knew Yukito.
そう、確かに元は人間なの。でも悪しき者は悪しき心を持った人間とは相性が良くて、取り付いたのが悪しき心を持った人間だったらどんどんと同化していってしまうの。そうなったらもう救えないのよ。 それにもともと悪しき心の持ち主だったから当然の報いを受けたまでのことよ。私たちを汚しておいて
Yeah,
た
I
だで済
agree.
むわけないわ。
そうよね。そうよ。あいつは報いを受けたんだわ。
Does that mean again? I forgot. Oh, right, it's a supernatural punishment. By a deity in response to an action. Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm.
でもどちらにしても私たちは力を封印す。
Oh, shit.
力を戻す方法ある。あゆみちゃんの言う通り力、つまり次世代超能力という力を取り戻す方法はあるのよ。そのためにはスパイラルマタ
Oh, God, here we go.
スパイラルマタイ。
そう、スパイラルマタイ。この儀式を行えば私たちは次世代超能力を取り戻せる。でもこの儀式には勇気が必要なの。
Oh, totally. Yeah.
勇気。
私たちはさらなる力を得るため、次世代超能力を得るために転生したのよ。ということはもう一度転生に似た状態、死ぬ寸前の状態になれば次世代超能力を取り戻せるの。
死ぬ寸前の状態。
それがスパイラルマタイ。 当だったらザクロちゃんが完全に記憶を取り戻してからにしたかったんだけど、でも世界の滅亡の時、
Yeah.
ビッグハザードは刻一刻と迫っているの。7月20日。世界の滅亡ってそんな近くまで迫っているの？そうなのよ。1月20日がハルメキドの時。
Yep.
聖書に書かれているハルマゲドン、ノストラダムスの予言で言われている7の月。それが1月20日なの。いつその儀式をやるの？さくらちゃん。やりましょう。スパイラルマタイ。いいの、さくらちゃん。だってやらないと次世代超能力を取り戻せないじゃない。それに力を取り戻さないと世界が滅んじゃうんだよ。もし滅んじゃったらみんなと会えなくなっちゃうんだよ。さくらちゃん、覚悟はできているわ。みんなと一緒だったらどんなことだってやり遂げれる。私たちはどんな時にでも助け合う仲間。そして本当の友達よ。ザクロちゃん。そうやね。私たちは本当の友達よね。結婚の日はいつにするの？あゆみちゃん、いつにした方がいい？あゆみちゃんは星を読むことができるの。さくらちゃんを見つけられたのもこのあゆみちゃんの能力のおかげよ。ガンジーマの星、ビルマンデの星に近づくとき、ザロボイの星、隠れ。
This is really
エ
odd.
ロヒムロの力、強い。そう、そんなに早く。明日の午後6時42分にエロヒムロのエネルギーを強く受けられるの。その時にあそこの屋上でその時にあそこでスパイラルマタイを行うのね。そう、明日の
6時42分にあそこで鍵を用意しておかないと。
True.
そうなの？
ついこの間私を犯した男があそこから落ちて死んだの。前まで自由に出入りできたのだけど今は閉ざされているはずだわ。
どうしよう。
大丈夫。私はあそこによく呼び出されていたから。あそこの鍵が職員室のどこにあるのか知っているわ。
Yeah. That makes sense. He probably got her to steal the key so that he could get her to lock the door, which would then reduce the chance of anybody being able to find them doing, you know what's disgusting. That really is. Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's not necessarily unlocked every time. God, security 101.
任せて。儀式は必ず成功させるから。
ザクロちゃんは怖くないの？
怖い？どうして？
さっき言ったよね。頭リバースは死ぬ寸前の状態になるのよ。
そっか。そういえばそう言ってたね。確かに怖いよ。でもそうしないと世界は救えないんでしょ。それにみんなと一緒だから。みんなと一緒だったら何があっても大丈夫。
ザクロちゃん。ザクロちゃん。
それじゃあ明日の6時30分にここで。私たちは本当の友達。何があっても一緒よ。
Oh god, you know something's wrong if we're starting something like that. Oh my god. Yeah, so it was interesting just seeing how everything developed really, and yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I mean, I loved Usami and Ayumi's plot the first time, but I feel like it was just a lot more engaging in Tsubahibi. I enjoyed it a lot more there. I found it a bit boring here, to be honest, but I think there were some parts that were valuable for me just to, in general, gain more of a perspective on just how powerful messages like the ones they are delivering are to people like Zakuro. But I'll tell you what I really enjoyed. Everything with Ayana and everything with Yasuko as well. I really like that stuff. And I especially like just the doubt I have. I don't even know if I can trust her myself. Never mind with Zakuro and whether she can trust her or not. It's very hard to tell, and I really do wonder just what's going to happen now and how the end of her life is going to differ, and maybe we're going to see the Rirudu dialogue that Takuji then sees. Oh god, I do wonder if there's going to be anything that changes. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be really quite something. See you guys then.